Welcome back. Let's start off with 10 fun ways to improve your spoken English. This is a longer lecture, but don't worry, everything is summarised in a resource sheet at the end if you miss anything. I have tried and tested many methods over the years. What I have come to realise is that you will only do something if it meets one of three criteria. If you meet two or more, you are much more likely to form a habit. 1. You start with a small chunk of time. Say 5 minutes a day. Clients often say they will practice an hour a day, which anyone would dread. So give yourself a small chunk of time that's easily manageable. 2. You enjoy doing parts of it. English can be hard, but you can make it fun by matching it up with activities, hobbies, or people you like. 3. Including other people. Doing something with your friends, making new friends, or simply just participating in an activity with other people is a strong motivator to improve. So let's get started. Number 1, Meetups. This is a global platform where you can find free and ticketed groups and events near you. You can join in almost any activity that you can think of. I've used them successfully for years because it's fun. You don't have to commit to a membership. A lot of events you can turn up and don't have to pay anything. Plus, if you don't like the event, you can just try something new. This is a really great opportunity to integrate any hobby you have with a platform to practice your English and make new friends. You can find out more at www.meetup.com. 2. Working in a charity shop or volunteering. For years, I've sent my private clients to work in charity shops across the UK. A charity shop is a place where people donate items which can then be sold to raise money for the charity. There are a few reasons why I choose charity shops to send them to. Firstly, it's a small commitment, just 2 to 4 hours a week. Charity shops need volunteers, so you could even go at the weekend if you work during the week. Secondly, the environment is safe. You're unlikely to meet anyone you may find threatening. Most women I've worked with say safety is a big concern for them, which I completely understand. Third, charity shops are generally full of elderly people. Most of their staff are women over 40, so they tend to have more time to listen and to talk to you, plus are less threatening to practice your English with. Of course, the main purpose of being a volunteer is to speak. So whether you choose a charity shop or another type of volunteering, make sure it meets your primary goal of improving your spoken English. If you want to find a charity shop or volunteering activity near you, just punch it into Google. 3. Speak English with a TV show. Perhaps you're still a bit shy and not quite up to going out and speaking English to strangers. That's okay for now, but there are plenty of ways for you to improve without someone else. You can improve your English by watching something you love. Perhaps your favourite film like Harry Potter with subtitles, or a drama on BBC iPlayer. Wherever you are in the world, you should be able to access English programmes with subtitles. Today we're going to look at one of my favourite shows on YouTube. Watching English TV is a great way to learn while having fun, as well as familiarise yourself with accents, conversation styles and vocabulary. Take the following clip from Learn English with TV series on YouTube, using a scene from the popular American comedy Friends.
Okay, now Joe, you know that since you're returning all of this stuff after the audition, you're gonna have to wear underwear?
All right, well, you better show me some of that too, then.
Okay, it's missing something. Oh, I know. Okay.
Really? A purse?
It's not a purse. It's a shoulder bag.
Looks like a woman's purse.
No, Joey, look, trust me. I'm telling you, all the men are carrying them in the spring catalog. Look. See, look, men carrying the bag.
See? Look, women carrying the bag. But it is odd how a woman's purse looks so good on me, a man.
What a classic clip. So, a couple of tips for watching English TV with subtitles. Try to watch the same things or a similar show repeatedly, allowing you to understand the words without subtitles. You can start by listening, then mouthing the words before speaking along with the show. Finally, when you are familiar enough, pause the show and try to say the next line. Speaking English with a TV show is not just about watching TV with subtitles. It is a targeted strategy to repeat the same show over and over again and master the language. For italki.com, italki and another website, Tandem, are what I classify as language exchange websites. Now, the quickest way to English fluency is by speaking, and if you're a bit shy, maybe you don't want to speak to people face to face, italki is a great way to find a language exchange partner so you can swap voice messages on your phone or through the application, and best of all, it's free. I also mentioned another application which is called Tandem. So Tandem can be downloaded straight onto your phone. If you look for Tandem in the App Store or the Play Store, and again, this is another community of about 3 million learners. You can send all the messages through your phone, text messages, voicemail. You can even do video calling if you really want to. So let's jump into a screen share. I just want to show you what I love about italki and why you'll love it too. Here we are on italki.com, logged in on my account. There are a couple of different things that we can do here. If you want, you can find a teacher, book some lessons. That's really down to you. But what we're really interested in is the community, which is fantastic. italki has the biggest community of language exchange partners, 5 million people, which is great because it means there's somebody out there who's going to want to learn English with you. So on the community, you can look at articles, there are great discussions, but what we're really interested in is finding language partners. So you can see here, I'm looking up for people who want to practice English. There are just loads of people from all over the world, whether they be Egyptian, whether they be Persian, Russian. There's going to be somebody out there who wants to practice English with you. You can get in touch with them, start messaging them through the application, and maybe once you feel a bit more safe or secure with them, then you can move on to another messaging app. There are no restrictions, and this is a great way to refine your English and speak every day, just on those little, couple of minutes in between, sending a few voicemails. A really effective tool, guys, that I suggest that you use, and it's all free. Recording yourself, audio and video. We're actually going to talk about this in a bit more depth later on when we talk about preparing for video interviews and recording our answers just for general interview questions. We cannot improve our speaking voice, our fluency and vocabulary if we can't hear what we have to say. Now you might think, well, I'm able to fact check myself as I'm talking. To be honest, if you are, then you're better than I am, and I am a native English speaker, because it's really difficult for us to assess as we're doing something. So by recording your audio or recording a short video of, say, making a short presentation on a regular household item that you see in front of you, like talk for 60 seconds about this mug that you bought. This might sound a little bit silly, but you'll find that it's really going to test you. And when you look back at the audio and video of what you just said, you'll be surprised at how many mistakes you made. And also by watching or listening back to yourself, it will occur to you, I didn't sound like the way I wanted to sound. I would have used a different word. You'll have the ability to self-assess, to check, and to improve for the future. Number 6, joining or starting a language club. Language clubs are brilliant. They are an opportunity to bring together lots of different people who are trying to learn the same language and to get you to engage in some form of exchange. Like I said to you before, if we have the opportunity to do something with a friend or to make new friends, we're more likely to stick with this as a habit. Now this is kind of in line with what we talked about for number 4 with Italki and Tandem, but it's more face to face, which means I get to engage with you more, engage with your body language, your tonality, and actually see who I'm speaking to. The chances are there's a language club near you. You can even use point number 1 and look up for this in a meetup. And if there's nothing like that near you, why not start your own language club? Maybe you're watching this and you're saying, well, look, there's nobody doing that in the city where I live, or I'm at a university and there's not a suitable language club. Whatever it is, this is a great chance for you to start something yourself, to start building a community. And you find you're really going to get a lot out of it if you're accountable to other people, turning up as a club, learning a language, studying a text together, and also socializing and carrying out fun activities, all of which doing while you're practicing the English language. I cannot recommend language clubs enough. Number 7, 2-minute daily brief. This is a big favourite of mine. It's actually something that I'm currently doing at the moment to improve my own language skills. The premise is really simple. At the end of your day, summarise everything that you've done in 2 minutes. You can even write out a script, which gives you a chance to practice your writing. The paragraph, maybe you'd write half a page, less than that, 100, 200 words. You record it at the end of the day, and then listen to it the next morning, just to listen and think, well, was that what I wanted to say? How did I sound? Wow, it sounds like I had a pretty rough day. I hope today goes better. It's quick and easy to do and encourages memory and recall. Again, this is a really simple, bite-sized thing to do, which is only going to take you a couple of minutes. But if you refine and do this every day, you'll find your English is really going to improve, because in all likelihood, a lot of your days are similar. So you're going to begin to build on your foundational vocabulary and use more interesting words, better descriptive words. You're going to put more colour into what you're saying as the days and weeks go by. Number 8, one friend a day. Could we talk to one friend a day in English for just one conversation, one message, one voicemail? This uses the principle of chunking and keeping things simple and small. Now, if I said to you, can you speak in English all day to all your friends? You'd think that was impossible. But if I say to you, speak to one friend a day in English for one conversation, most of you will probably be sitting there now and going, yeah, that's okay, I could do that. So why not try and integrate that into your day? Even if your friend doesn't speak very good English, it doesn't matter. It's important that you have the opportunity to practice. So send a couple of texts in English, leave some more voicemails, speak a bit in English during the conversation, even if it gets a bit of a laugh from your friend. Give that a go. Keep it really simple. Number 9, dictating by voice. Now this follows on for those of you who are listening or watching this video and feel pretty shy, don't really want to speak to other people. Maybe you're a bit self-conscious about your language ability, which you really shouldn't be. If you're trying to be fluent in a second language, that's fantastic and you should be really proud of yourself. So what I want to show you now is a screen share of how useful it is to dictate by voice using proprietary software. Okay guys, so for dictation software, I'm going to use the software that's built into Microsoft Word. I've got Microsoft Office on my computer. Look, if you don't have this, if you look up free dictation software online, you'll find a heap of good software out there. You don't have to use Microsoft Office. It's just convenient for me. So here we've got a blank Word document. Up in the right hand corner on the home tab, you'll see dictate. So click this. So now Microsoft Office should be dictating everything that I have to say. You'll be amazed, in years gone by, dictation wasn't really viable because the natural language processing software was not good enough to recognize all the words that are being said. Therefore, some of the words that I was saying would be garbled, or they wouldn't make sense, or would come out as words that were in no way related to what I said. But as you can see from the screen, the software now is pretty amazing, also driven by machine learning and artificial intelligence. The software is continuously learning. This is a great way for you to practice your English, see if what you want to say is what you're actually saying, and see the words coming up in front of you in the screen. Just say you're practicing a presentation or just thinking about speaking some English and don't have an opportunity to speak to somebody else. Dictation is the way to go. And finally, number 10, reading out loud. Reading out loud is really powerful. If you think about maybe as a young child, your parents would read out stories to you, or when you've listened to teachers read out text in class, this is a really strong way of improving your fluency and understanding of something, more so than just reading something in your mind. So is there a text or something that you're interested in that you could read out loud? It could be the news, it could be football reports or a movie review. Try and find something again that you could just sit there at the beginning or the end of your day and read out loud for 5 minutes. This is a great way again to practice English by yourself, to refine your fluency and to build upon your vocabulary. I hope you've enjoyed these 10 ways to improve your fluency and that you agree with me that these are fun, simple, free, and most importantly, you can do as much or as little as you like. Well done for getting to the end of this lecture, and I look forward to seeing you next time.